So basically, I feel like we're gonna structure this into a video, just kind of like a stream of conscious. I don't know where to start. You know, I don't know where to start. So Halo Infinite just came out with the Alpha Pack event as part of their roadmap. This is like another one of those limited time events, which we've seen so much of in Infinite. But this one especially feels like so little effort is being put in that it almost makes me think the budget is gone. The game is getting cut off, and Infinite is not going to be supported for more than 2 to 3 years. That's the impression I get. That's the impression I get. Now, that is a big conclusion to draw from like some minor event that has like 50 seconds worth of cutscenes, and this is an event that is supposed to get people excited about playing the game, and it is having the exact opposite effect. As we're about to see, as we will see, this event has actually solidified Halo Infinite's live service as a literal joke. Like, it is a punchline now. I held back a lot of criticisms I had about 343 leading up to Infinite's launch. If you go back and watch every single Halo Infinite video I made up until release, I was very positive because I had taken a new direction with my channel. Back in those of you that have been around for a while, since the 2016 days, you might remember that you didn't think, you might not have thought it was toxic at the time, but I kind of felt like my older videos were kind of toxic. Some of my older videos were just like maybe a bit too critical or unnecessarily harsh, and I didn't have a balance to it. But now I'm kind of like, fuck it. I'm gonna let you know how I really feel about this. I'm not gonna hold back the criticisms now that I have with the game. You want the gloves off? They're off. We've been hearing about these narrative events, and they've had some of them. I like haven't paid too much attention. There was like the Banished AI, and there was like a short cutscene around that. It was kind of like, it's mildly interesting. This is kind of like the second go at, you know, trying to tell a story within the multiplayer, which is a concept I have a lot of issues with that we'll get to, but this is what I'm actually talking about. So, if we go to the Halo channel, now I do want to point out, since launch, you will notice a steep decline in views. 2 million, 3 million, a stream with 738,000 views, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good stream. There is this decline that you can see in the interest of YouTube videos created by the channel, so that's something to point out, I think. To bring back Halo, they must add sex. They did that. They did that in the TV show and it didn't work.
What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a mistake.
So what else are we supposed to do? So what I also find interesting, the Fractured Tenrai event, they had a trailer 3 months ago, 5 of 6, but it literally just kind of became like, okay, we're just kind of recycling the same trailer and posting it again, which isn't exciting. So this is the Alpha Pack stuff. Coco. Yes, hello. Hello, I'm Coco. The main point I'm trying to get at when we're looking at stuff and we're trying to gauge overall interest in Halo, if we're trying to diagnose why there's a lack of interest, this might be a place to start. The events, the things meant to increase interest. Sorry, a little out of breath from carrying Coco. This is the first Alpha Pack teaser trailer. Okay, let's check this out.
Eliminate every last one of them.
So, if we chop up the runtime of this, we're about 3 seconds. That is about a if we cut out the title screen and the logos, that is 7 seconds. This is a 7-second trailer for an event meant to increase hype and excitement towards Halo Infinite. I like the part where he shot the gun. Like, let's break this down. You have the brute voice saying,
Every last one of them.
and then the guy is like, he's running and shooting, running and shooting, running and shooting, running and shooting, and then he dies. Or he shoots the guy. I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. It looks like they're the same guy. But like, what is this a trailer for? What is the audience? Someone who hasn't played Infinite in like 3 months who comes back and they see this, what are they supposed to make of this? Like, what the fuck is the Alpha Pack? Like, it's so confusing. Can I just say, the idea behind Halo Infinite Season 2 was really stupid. Like, okay guys, we have a game where we have to extend season 6 months and we can't provide much content in between. So for our next season, let's base our entire event this season, let's base this new season around playing by yourself. We have a game that has lost a significant player population, and to encourage people to play, we're launching this brand new mode where you play by yourself. What? Let me make one thing clear. Last Spartan Standing on its own in a vacuum is actually pretty fun. I like it. I think given some time and effort, it could be a pretty good mode, like a smaller, you know, battle royale. I don't think the maps are really made for it, but that's like the mode itself I think is cool. The maps aren't really made for it. So Last Spartan Standing isn't the problem. The content isn't the problem itself. It's the fact that we don't have the ways to enjoy the game with friends and other people. Because think about this. The challenge system, right? Last Spartan Standing. You are forced to play these challenges in order to progress. So if you and your buddies are hyped about Infinite Season 2, you now have to make a decision. Okay, do I play with my friends or do I progress the battle pass? If you're a company that wants people to play your game, why the fuck are you forcing your customers to make that decision? Do I play with other people or do I progress in the game? That's a decision you have to make. Like, no cap. People say they hate the mode. I don't think they hate it as much as they do. I think they hate being forced to play it. Like, let me get this straight. Absolutely nobody enjoys being told how to play a video game. You have to play it this way. That's kind of what 343 has become. It's like they're not the shepherds of Halo. They are the gatekeepers of it. They gatekeep people's ability to have fun with the franchise. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's how it is. That's just what it feels like. Do you guys get what I'm saying about the Last Spartan Standing thing? Like, now we also have this alpha pack. So we launched the season that's based around playing alone. But it's an oxymoron because alpha pack. Okay, we'll get there.
I'd like to see what you can do when the only one who has your back is you.
Hunt, kill.
Tomorrow what? The reason why I'm doing this stream is because I don't know what has happened or like how we got to this situation. Because Infinite had an unprecedented 5-year development cycle. Unprecedented. There was not a brand new Halo announced for 3 years after Halo 5. That's a long time to go without hype. To go without knowing what the next Halo is going to be. 5 years. We get to 2020, and then we see gameplay for the first time, and it looks rough. It looks fun. It looks rough as fuck. 343 asks Microsoft for another year. But they delayed the flagship title for the launch of their brand new console. That's a big fucking deal. When at the 20th anniversary of Halo, and you missed the deadline. You missed the deadline for the 20th anniversary. That's rough for everyone. I actually did a Butterfinger sponsorship. So they actually invested, they had to go forward with brand deals because the delay of the game wasn't figured out until they had already sponsored people. So I got sponsored by Butterfinger, thinking the game was coming out in 2020, and then it's like, oh, 1 year later. 1 year later, go back to this video and redeem this code. They needed another year delay. No, they needed a creative vision. They needed a vision. Microsoft probably lost money sponsoring a game 1 year before marketing was supposed to pick up. You have this 1 year delay where it's like, okay, you're getting another year. This better be fucking worth it. And then we see the build up, and like I said, up to release, I was very, very positive. I held back a lot of criticisms because I was like, you know what? I'm more hyped about Halo now than I want to be hyped about being pissed off. Like, I genuinely wanted it to be a great game. 50 strikes, okay? I came here to talk about Halo and drink yoo-hoos. Okay, where were we? The 5-year development period. The year delay. It has now been 8-9 months after release. I think time is up. That like an extra year and 9 months is pretty generous. And we still don't have like an actual progression system. Customs, to my knowledge, don't work. We haven't publicly gotten co-op yet. Forge is still, we only know about Forge because of leaks. Battle Pass progression is like, it's still terrible. The game is missing core features, core modes, theater's busted. So you had an extra year and 9 months. Time's up. So again, it's basically just like, here's this mode that you already played on maps you've already played on for months. The game plays well, you know. It's like there's good things to say about Halo Infinite. It's just that we said all those things when the game came out and then before the game came out. Since then, it has been mostly negatives. And yeah, I like to take a balanced approach, but now I'm coming back swinging because I think time's up. You had your shot. You've had multiple shots. It's been a decade. I'm glad we got a Halo game. I'm glad Infinite at least exists, if that makes sense. It's a common misconception that like Halo can't compete. No, it's because Halo hasn't been competing on its own terms. That's the biggest thing. Halo 4 was trying to be Call of Duty. Halo 5 was trying to be Titanfall. Halo Infinite is trying to be Fortnite. Why can't Halo just try to be itself? That's the thing with faking an identity. People see through it. They see through it eventually. It might happen 2 months after release. It might happen 8 months after release, but it happens. They see through it. Halo 3 was on top of Xbox's most played charts for like 2 consecutive years. It wasn't until Modern Warfare 2 came out, the other game that defined Xbox Live, it wasn't until that game that Halo 3 was actually knocked off the player counts. And that was 2009, so Reach was right around the corner anyways. This is how Halo could compete. Halo 3 competed with COD 4, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2. It competed with 3 Call of Duties. And then they had Reach right around the corner. So the franchise was built for the same levels of success, if not more so. It's just that the releases were much more timed and planned out methodically. But that formula of Halo 3 and Reach has never been recreated by 343. So we don't know where we were going. Halo, the series took a U-turn at the height of its popularity. Like, there was a bit of a lull with Reach, but even if you didn't like Reach was not the start of the decline, because all those people would have come back for Halo 4. All those people came back for Halo 4. It was Halo 4 that dropped the ball. See, it's like, yeah, there was a lot to complain about with Reach, especially the competitive scene, but shit, man, they were still doing Halo 3 tournaments, like, and those games were both on the same console, so Halo wasn't over-competing with itself. If you didn't like Reach, you could just as easily hop onto Halo 3, or even Halo 2, the servers were still up, so I don't know where I'm going with all of this, I just kind of wanted to rant, but let's take a look at some of the comments, right? This is indeed a teaser trailer. The cinematics cinematized, the players played, and the weapons shot. This is truly a trailer. Like, the problem is it's essentially just the same gameplay we've seen since for a year. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's on the same maps. The viewer can't really tell that anything's different about this. I just feel like these kind of complaints I have is typically what a business goes through when they're examining their like promotion and marketing strategy. Let me say something. The interesting thing about Infinite is up until like this is the point. Infinite's marketing team is like, they're off the clock. They're out of the picture. Halo Infinite's marketing and its development have been on complete opposite wavelengths. The marketing has been go, 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 go. Halo's back, baby. Look at all this cool shit. Go, 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 go. New cosmetics, new battle pass bundle. And then the game development is like, we fixed BTB after it was broken for 1 month straight. But this is the first time where like the marketing is on the other side. Now it's the marketing doesn't care. Like, yeah, Lone Wolves, play it, whatever, I don't care. That's how it comes across. It's just guys shooting each other. And it's like, dude, I wanted this game to succeed. I wanted 343 to succeed. I wanted the whole perception around the brand to completely change. And it did for a bit. And then what I will say is that The HCS tournaments that I've been going to are hella fun. They're so much fun because it's like one of the few times where Halo feels like a community, and there's like those big tournaments, and it's well funded and it's well set up, and it's extravagant, and they got fireworks and all these cool light displays and music blasting and all this cool shit. Those HCS tournaments, I'll fucking go to any of those, man. I love spending my money on Halo when it's stuff I really like. My interest with Halo always starts at the games. So there was Raleigh and Kansas City, 2 HCS events. They were like 3 months apart. So you had this big gap in between the tournaments, and the pros are playing pretty much the exact same game. All the same maps, all the same weapons, very little tweaks. That's rough. And it was still enjoyable to watch. It was still fun and enjoyable to watch. But it's like Halo is only at a decibel of its true potential. If that initial reaction, 250,000 people played Halo Infinite day one, surprise launch, without prior marketing. There was like rumors, but day one, 250,000 people on Steam. That's pretty fucking badass. So it's not that Halo can't sell itself. It's not that it can't compete. It's just that the vision that the fans have does not line up with the vision that 343 has. In the marketing, they showed us the vision we had, and we were coming over here, and then it's like, oh, no, back over here again. We're two separate entities. You look at Apex that literally just had an anime-style trailer that shows an anime-style event, and then you look at the Halo Infinite trailer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You look at the trailers, and it's like, this is supposed to create excitement for people. This is, what the fuck are we waiting for? What is the live service? It's an oxymoron, because, okay, let's watch those cutscenes first. This is the narrative event. This is the narrative event for Halo Infinite that was mentioned in the roadmap. Like, this is the event. You pop open the game, you hop in the multiplayer, this is what you see.
Commander Grinia told me what you did for
Oh, it's quiet.
We've had each other's back since the V-Heart collapse. Without Din, I would have died more times than I want to count. But sometimes, you have to fight on your own. I'd like to see what you can do, when the only one who has your back is you.
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I know this is Spartan Eklund, but who the fuck is that? The narrative event has nothing to do with anything that happened in the campaign. There's no connection. We have this brand new character whose first appearance is in a 40-second cutscene where she's firing an assault rifle at targets we can't see and talking to us as if we know each other. It kind of falls in line with like Halo Infinite basically skipping the introduction of the story and then the entire middle part and then placing us in the third act. Like the second mission of Halo Infinite is the start of the third act of Halo Infinite's story. What does this have to do with anything? This is the cutscene that plays after you do all the challenges and stuff. Remember, this is the narrative event.
Not bad. You fed well on your own. But remember, out there, beyond the safety of these walls, without resupply or reinforcements, survival depends on your teammates and whatever you can find in the field. My gear, it's not standard issue. It's necessity. History. Collection of hard choices.
You got that right. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that... A collection of hard choices? Like, who are you? Where did you come from? Why are you mentioning outside the walls? Where are we? Where geographically are we? Are we on the ring or a different planet? Is this the academy we've been in? Like, Halo Infinite doesn't do any establishing shots. I'm clueless. What is this supposed to be? Out there beyond the walls. Okay, so the context for this is the Alpha Pack, these cutscenes exist to get you to play multiplayer. To get you to play matches of Last Spartan Standing, which is a free-for-all mode. So the oxymoron comes into effect when she's talking about survival depends on your teammates and whatever you can find in the field. Now go out and play this solo free-for-all match. What can you do when nobody's got your back? We're a group of lone wolves. You're a group of lone wolves. I'll say that again. You are a group of lone wolves. Lone wolves. Teamwork is so important. Teamwork is so great. I would have died without my team. Now, all right, go off. Go off and play multiplayer by yourself. Fuck you or whatever.
Survival depends on your teammates and whatever you can find in the field.
I'm really honing in on all this minor stuff, but I feel like it's really symptomatic of the greater issue with Infinite, which is that it has been so mismanaged and like that we don't even know what we're supposed to be excited about anymore. This is a mid-season event. Compare this to any other lives, like that's why I'm criticizing it so much. Also because I think it's really funny that it's like great riveting cutscene. Let's just have a static camera angle on a person the players never met before talking about random shit and how important it is to like be a team but also go off and do your own thing. Like I don't get it. What am I supposed to be excited about?
My gear. It's not standard issue. It's necessity.
My gear, it's not standard issue. In a series where there's like 5,000 different types of Spartan armor. What is standard issue Spartan armor?
But that's what it means to be part of a pack. And we always have room for another wolf.
A pack of lone wolves. You know, like, there's such a big difference in how Halo is written now. Like, narratively, you had master guns, right, in Halo 2.
Your new armor shields are extremely resilient, very efficient. You done with my boy here, Master Guns?
I don't see any training wheels.
His armor's working fine, Johnson, so shut your chilly hole.
The guy who runs you through the tutorial and is killed immediately after that.
Call your friends, I got enough ammo for up now! Dang it! Ugh.
He's in the game for like 2 minutes. And he is far more memorable than a lot of characters 343 has made. What 343 seems to do, they have kept Chief and Cortana, Atriox, over the last 4 years. The only two characters still in Halo are Master Chief and Cortana, basically. Like still in Halo from Halo 4. Lasky was abandoned. Lasky was a great character, but he was completely abandoned. Palmer was like, nobody really liked her, but she was abandoned and replaced with Commander Arginia, who's like not present in these scenes as well. Now we have this new female Spartan, like the third one without personality that we don't know, that wasn't, like at least Palmer was in Halo 4, the campaign, and Spartan Ops, so you could probably sell her a bit more, but like 343 just, they throw a character out there, and they don't really give them an arc. Characters need an arc. They need a starting point and an end point in their journey. Master Chief starts off Halo 4, right where he left off in 3, and he ends losing Cortana. That's an arc. That's why people like that game. They put in characters just to like fill the spot. There is a lack of vision. First off, we don't even see what she's shooting at. She's like tap firing an assault rifle. You know, shell casings aren't going around. There's like a lot of minor issues, but someone was saying that this is supposed to be the reveal of the DMR, which would have made people like slightly hyped for a classic returning weapon, but they theorized that the DMR wasn't ready in time, so 343 just kind of like replaced it with the assault rifle. It's like a band-aid solution, but there's just so many problems. Like how 8 months later are we still like running into such like laughable blunders? Like we didn't have the DMR ready in time. I don't know if that's true, but it kind of adds up. The Alpha Pack event is pretty much just, it's not doing it for people. What I don't understand is why 343 continues down this path. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this is the exact reason why Bungie left Microsoft. And Microsoft to this day still does not understand Halo. Do you get what I'm saying? Because Bungie knew that this is what Halo would turn into if they were forced to keep making games for Microsoft. Maybe that's why. Halo isn't playing to its strengths. It's not playing to its strengths right now. What other first-person shooter offers a robust way for players to create maps, modes like this? I mean, Roblox, Minecraft. There's like some games like Doom Snap Map, but Counter-Strike Gmod, you're right. But for a console game, it's a big difference. Halo has the Forge community and the custom games community. They have these large communities, and I'm part of them. Those communities don't have the support. Instead, the support is directed to a live service model meant to appeal to whatever demographic found Fortnite so engaging. That's like the corporate idea is like, well, this worked for Fortnite, surely it'll work for Halo as well. Normies, kids, they don't fucking know Halo. They see a guy do the floss dance and they think that's They think that's cool. They see a guy do the floss, and they start doing that in school. That's what they're interested in. They got no fucking emotional investment in Halo. The broader audience was there. It was there. It was neglected. That's why you don't have one. Do you get it, 343? The broader audience was there, you neglected it, and then they left. So it's nice coming back to stream. I'm still gonna be streaming like when I can. Thank you guys all for tuning in to my Halo TED Talk. All right, adios.